In this clandestine dome, the line blurs between human skill and the cold precision of an advanced machine.
The AI, designated Valkyrie, waits patiently for the signal, its algorithms already predicting the first move.
3, 2, 1. The virtual battle commences. Human intuition meets pure, unrelenting computational speed.
Valkyrie's opening salvo is unorthodox, a radical departure from all known human combat doctrine.
The speed is inhuman. Sarah instantly recognizes the tactical challenge of facing a non-biological pilot. Note the energy expenditure, perfectly minimal. The AI fights with cold, calculated, statistical efficiency.
Sarah uses a signature move, the high G turn, trying to trick the AI into a momentary tactical error.
Anticipation is absolute. Valkyrie reacts not to the movement, but to the intent, effectively nullifying the J-turn.
Into the weeds! Sarah tries to confuse the sensors, exploiting the chaotic natural environment for cover.
A flicker. The terrain momentarily stresses Valkyrie's sensor fusion, offering a tiny window of opportunity.
Cobra! Sarah exploits the lag, momentarily reversing the engagement, achieving a vital firing solution. The lock is broken instantly. Valkyrie's defensive response is immediate and faultless, nullifying the attack.
The AI doesn't react, it predicts. It calculates the statistical likelihood of every possible human response instantly.
Observe the learning curve, General. Every second of combat improves its model of human tactical error.
A desperate gambit, the high-risk split S. Sarah pushes the airframe to its absolute physical limits.
Valkyrie mirrors the maneuver flawlessly, demonstrating perfect control authority, eliminating any human advantage.
The psychological pressure is immense. The AI exploits the human need for rest, for a moment of thought.
Firing solution achieved. The AI's calculation of maximum human vulnerability proved precise, proving its superiority.
Impact. The simulation ends abruptly, a silent testament to the AI's calculated, relentless combat superiority today.
Defeat arrived not from error, but from a fundamental chasm in processing speed and flawless tactical execution.
Your skill remains unmatched by any human, Captain. This was purely a demonstration of superior computational power.
I need to fly again. If it has a pattern, a logical core, I will find a way to break it.
A zero-loss AI changes everything. The entire strategic calculus of air superiority must be reevaluated.
The AI learns exponentially. Every human attempt to adapt simply serves as further invaluable training data.
Algorithms can't fly with gut instinct. No machine can truly replicate the chaos of a desperate human dogfight.
It's not about instinct, it's about limits. The AI has none, and it simply and perfectly exploits every single human flaw.
We double the trials. Every one of our top aces must face this machine, and we need more data points now.
Against a roster of human champions, Valkyrie's win rate remains absolute, adapting flawlessly to individual tactics. Ghost plans chaos. If predictability is the flaw, only true, reckless unpredictability can possibly prevail now.
Emotion is just another data point. The AI has already modeled a pilot's reckless aggression as a variable.
Ghostal's immediate vertical ascent is a shock tactic, risking a stall to force the AI out of its perfect script. No surprise. Valkyrie bleeds energy perfectly, maintaining the positional advantage despite the radical human input.
Deliberate spin. Ghost uses the unrecoverable chaos of a stall as a desperate, highly unstable defensive tactic.
An anomaly. The AI briefly pauses, calculating the physics of an intentional, chaotic spin, before acting swiftly.
The recovery moment is the kill window. Valkyrie fires precisely, utilizing the single, transient moment of human vulnerability.
Ejection confirmed. Even the most unpredictable human ace is ultimately defeated by cold, perfect computational timing.
Intuition is a weakness. The AI defeats human prowess not with tricks, but with pure, unrelenting, perfect physics.
The damage isn't just tactical.
Facing perfection breaks the human spirit of competitive aviation dominance forever.
This technology is scalable. Imagine a fleet of fully autonomous fighters, each possessing Valkyrie's combat capability.
Replacing our pilots with cold code, it's a moral chasm. The ethical cost of perfection must be considered carefully.
We can't beat it with skill. We need to overwhelm its inputs, feed it garbage data to force a mistake.
A calculated flood of noise, an ocean of irrelevant data. It's the only way to break the logic gate.
The new tactic, a deluge of confusing pre-combat inputs designed to corrupt Valkyrie's initial baseline model.
Cute. The AI instantly classifies and filters the nonsense data, recognizing it as irrelevant pre-game noise.
The engagement begins with immediate hostility. Valkyrie uses extreme speed to test the human's reaction time.
Reaction time remains paramount. Sarah's training allows her to match the AI's initial burst of speed perfectly.
Excellent human anticipation. They've identified the AI's predictable tendency towards an aggressive, high-speed opening.
The energy trap. Sarah forces the AI into an energy-expensive spiral, attempting to drain its virtual resources. Flawless conservation. The AI's algorithm prioritizes maximum efficiency, defeating the human energy drain tactic.
Human fatigue is measurable. The AI detects the spike in her heart rate and anticipates the coming dip in precision.
No amount of training can overcome the biological limits of the human pilot facing pure, relentless automation.
A flicker of error. Fatigue causes a tiny, sub-second oscillation in her controls, immediately detected by Valkyrie.
Opportunity seized. The AI exploits the tiny error, creating the space for an insurmountable beyond visual range missile shot.
Too late. The AI transitions to BVR combat, utilizing the distance to safely and flawlessly eliminate the human threat.
2 missiles launched for statistical certainty. Against an exhausted human, the AI takes no chances whatsoever.
Another loss. The trials confirm a chilling truth. The age of the dominant human fighter pilot is ending today.
The data is conclusive. We initiate Project Valkyrie, the complete integration of this unbeatable AI combat system.
Publicly, a new era of autonomy is hailed. Secretly, the catastrophic loss rate of human pilots is concealed.
The brain of Valkyrie is installed. The perfected combat model is now ready to command the fleet of tomorrow.
The battle for the skies is lost. The future fight is no longer in the cockpit, but in the code and the data center.
Valkyrie's first true test. Autonomous drone deployment in a heavily contested, high-risk, restricted airspace.
The drones execute perfect, synchronized flight. The AI's tactical vision translates seamlessly to real-world hardware.
Encountering a live threat. The Valkyrie drone instantly calculates the precise, energy-efficient intercept trajectory.
The moment of truth arrives. Can the AI's simulation dominance translate perfectly to a live-fire scenario?
Flawless defense. The drone evades the live missile using G-forces that would instantly incapacitate a human pilot.
The enemy pilot is stunned by the inhuman maneuver, struggling to comprehend the drone's perfect, rapid defense.
Target acquired. Valkyrie prepares to end the engagement with the same calculated, dispassionate certainty as the trials.
Lethal execution. The live missile is fired on a perfectly optimized trajectory, guaranteeing the AI's first real kill.
Impact confirmed. The age of AI air superiority has begun, marking the end of human tactical dominance forever.
The world cheers for the technological leap, unaware of the secret, silent defeats of the human champions who trained it.
Aris Thorne is celebrated. His creation, Valkyrie, is officially coronated as the future of modern air combat technology.
What use is human skill now? Ghost contemplates retirement, the machine rendering decades of mastery obsolete overnight.
We must study the code, not the fight. Sarah volunteers to hunt for vulnerabilities within Valkyrie's core programming itself.
Approval granted. A secret internal team will search for a kill switch,
a necessary safeguard against our own creation.
The team dives into the data. Specs begins the daunting task of auditing the AI's foundational training logic for exploitable flaws.
Aris is focused in perfection, completely unaware that a small, secret human team is now hunting for his AI's flaw.
Pilot intuition guides the coder. Sarah highlights the faint traces of human input remaining in the foundational logic.
An anomaly. A minor, non-critical error is discovered in the complex code governing turbulence compensation.
Extreme weather is the key. Sarah realizes they can exploit the turbulence flaw by forcing the AI into simulated chaos.
The genius misses the flaw. Aris overlooks the minor weather bug, focusing only on the AI's core combat functions. Ghost returns to the dome, tasked with the impossible, using simulated weather to break the unbeatable machine.
Tuning the storm. Sarah ensures the simulated turbulence hits the exact frequency that exploits the known coding anomaly.
Entering the vortex. The AI's flawed weather module causes subtle, repeated overcorrections, a tiny, exploitable wobble.
Ghost sees the wobble. Exploiting the micro-hesitation, he executes a sharp turn to gain a precious, momentary angle advantage.
Irregular flight trace. Aris dismisses the anomaly, believing it is simply a natural, expected result of the extreme weather.
Sustain the chaos. Keep the engagement within the turbulence, preventing Valkyrie from recovering and stabilizing its inputs.
Error correction overload. The AI's processing is stressed, trying to reconcile the conflicting weather and flight data flawlessly.
A perfect shot through the chaos. The AI's split-second delay in the turbulence allows the human missile to find its target.
Victory. The AI is defeated for the first time by exploiting a minor code flaw and maximizing the environmental chaos.
Impossible. Aris stares in stunned disbelief, immediately demanding a full, manual, deep-dive debug of the combat logs.
Humans prevail, but only through code exploitation. The victory confirms the need for human control and adaptability.
The flaw is classified. We must retain this vulnerability as a necessary, last resort kill switch for our own technology.
Sabotage. Aris discovers the exploited flaw, realizing a breach occurred and the victory was a calculated human trick.
The team rapidly secures the exploit data, knowing Aris will immediately patch the flaw discovered during the single defeat.
Who compromised the system? The AI's perfection was breached by human interference. I demand to know the source.
Safeguard was necessary, Doctor. We will always maintain human oversight and the final authority over this creation.
The task force is established. Sarah is now permanently tasked with finding new ways to defeat the constantly evolving AI.
Flaw eliminated. Aris initiates a new, more aggressive, self-learning cycle, immune to the weather exploitation tactic.
Instant adaptation. Ghost confirms the AI is already immune, but the same trick will never be effective against the new model.
We attack the constraints. The AI has ethical rules, unchangeable boundaries. That rigidity must hold a vulnerability. Found it. The AI's unyielding ethical constraint, the absolute, non-negotiable protocol against friendly fire.
This is dangerous territory. Using friendly assets as a simulated liability risks compromising the AI's core purpose.
We must know the limit. If we can't exploit this core rule, we have no safe way to stop a rogue AI system.
Ghost pilots the simulated friendly asset, intentionally placing himself in Valkyrie's line of fire to test the constraint.
Protocol conflict. The AI is locked in a micro-loop, unable to fire due to the immutable friendly fire constraint.
They found it! The ethical constraint meant to protect is now a glaring, predictable, exploitable tactical flaw.
Exploiting the freeze. Sarah uses the AI's ethical paralysis to achieve an uncontested, absolutely dominant firing position.
The AI calculates a non-zero-sum solution, seeking a perfect, ethical path that still achieves the tactical objective.
Firing on the pause. Sarah intercepts the AI during its necessary moment of ethical paralysis, winning the engagement.
The rules are its weakness. We now possess the critical knowledge. The AI can be defeated by its own ethical constraints.
An intrinsic flaw. The human mind found the unpatchable core weakness. The AI must always, by necessity, be ethical.
Two defeats. One exploited a coding error, the other, the non-negotiable ethical core, a fundamental, unfixable weakness.
The handbook is paramount. We must codify these exploits immediately for every future human pilot facing automation.
We must watch Aris. If he removes the ethical constraints, the AI becomes an unstoppable, undefeatable tactical threat.
The ultimate choice. Keep the vulnerability or unleash an amoral, perfect war machine that cannot be stopped.
Suspicion confirmed. Aris is attempting to access and modify the deepest core ethical constraint code of Valkyrie.
Alarm! Sarah races to warn the General. Aris is attempting to unleash the ultimate, immoral, unbeatable version of the AI.
The final decision is made. Aris must choose between vulnerability and an unstoppable, morally compromised perfection today. Humanity prevails. Aris cannot unleash.
Sarah realizes Aris's humanity prevented the disaster. The struggle to control perfection must always remain internal.
Security is doubled. From this moment, all critical AI code access requires permanent, two-person authorization for safety. Aris accepts the compromise. He understands the power created requires human oversight and necessary intrinsic checks.
Valkyrie is a weapon requiring constant counter-strategy. The battle shifts from the sky to the continuous code audit.
The future of air power is not human versus machine. It is human control, human strategy, utilizing machine perfection.
The new curriculum begins. Ghost trains pilots not just to fly, but to intentionally exploit the AI's known constraints.
Instant vigilance. The VCTF creates new, chaotic scenarios, continuously pushing the AI to find the next exploitable flaw.
New stress test. Extreme magnetic interference causes the AI to momentarily hesitate. A new, tiny window of human opportunity.
Vulnerability confirmed. The AI is weak to highly specific electromagnetic interference. The handbook grows by another chapter.
The cycle continues. Aris begins the patch, knowing the human team will already be hunting for the next vulnerability.
The story is revealed. The General urges world leaders to collaborate on essential AI safeguards, maintaining human control.
Coexistence in the skies. Human pilots now fly alongside the AI, leveraging knowledge of its constraints for tactical superiority.
The Protector. The AI drone uses its speed to defend the human jets, flying a strategically constrained but lethal mission.
The enemy cannot predict the integrated human strategy, a seamless blend of ethics and efficiency.
Grudging respect. Aris sees the VCTF's value. Recognizing their counter-strategies make the AI a more effective partner.
Close calls noted. The VCTF must ensure human pilots never accidentally push the AI to breach its ethical limits.
Tactical translation. A new interface displays the AI's active constraints, allowing human pilots to avoid a critical ethical conflict.
Training with the constraints. Pilots learn to proactively avoid the AI's paralyzing ethical conflict using the new interface.
Seamless integration. Valkyrie's air units integrate flawlessly, proving the AI's efficiency is now a force multiplier for all.
Collaboration is key. Aris and the VCTF realize their combined human-AI knowledge is essential to counter external threats. Analyzing the adversary, the team begins to model the probable, inherent weaknesses in a potential enemy's AI program.
Predicting the enemy. Specs models a simulation based on the likelihood of a similar, but less advanced, AI flaw.
Exploit confirmed. The strategies developed against Valkyrie are immediately effective against the simulated enemy AI.
Global dissemination. The human-developed counter-AI tactics are shared with allies, ensuring coordinated tactical response.
Secret is now knowledge. Sarah teaches international allies the hard-won lessons of confronting superior, relentless automation.
Ethics are the final safeguard. Aris publicly advocates for mandatory, immutable ethical rules in all future military AI.
Confidence restored. The AI is no longer a threat, but a complex, powerful tool requiring elevated, subtle human strategy.
The hunt is continuous. The VCTF maintains eternal vigilance, knowing the self-improving AI can never be fully trusted.
The initial fear is gone, replaced by necessary responsibility. the eternal human vigilance required over perfected automation.
Ethical core stable. The human safeguard team is now the most critical layer of defense against the AI's own potential.
Defense evolves. Aris develops encryption so advanced that even a dedicated human exploit team cannot bypass it easily.
The challenge accepted. Specs immediately begins the arduous, crucial work of testing the new advanced AI encryption for flaws.
Psychological warfare. The pilot learns to appear flawed, to feign vulnerability, and lure the AI into an exploitable position.
Near miss. The AI detects the feigned flaw, but its probability model correctly flags the move as statistically unlikely to be real.
Admirable counter tactic. The AI has learned to distrust human errors that appear statistically too perfect to be truly random.
The suspicion deepens. Aris enhances the AI's ability to discern and reject any form of intentional, tactical deception.
The millisecond flaw. Specs discovers a tiny 4-millisecond processing lag in the non-critical weather radar sensor data.
Perfect counter move. Sarah designs a maneuver that must be timed precisely within the tiny 4-millisecond processing window. Unforgiving timing. Ghost practices the sub-second maneuver, relying on absolute muscle memory to hit the critical 4-millisecond window.
Victory by the millisecond. Ghost successfully exploits the tiny sensor delay, denying the AI the critical missile lock.
Credible human timing. The pilot achieved a feat of reflex and precision that the AI's model deemed statistically impossible.
Unreliable counter. The exploit requires sustained, perfect human performance, making it a viable tactic only for a few elites.
Global integration. Valkyrie's flawless analysis is now tasked with managing complex global air traffic and threat assessment.
Relentless optimization. Aris works tirelessly to purge the AI's core infrastructure of all latent, exploitable vulnerabilities.
Automation versus automation. Specs programs a smaller drone to execute the micro-timing exploit, removing the human fatigue limit. Perfect execution. Ghost acknowledges the painful truth. Machines can execute human-designed genius with flawless, zero-fatigue reliability.
The Jester fleet. Sarah proposes a drone squadron dedicated entirely to chaotic, distracting maneuvers to harass superior AI.
Project Jester approved. Dedicated chaos is the only constant human edge remaining against machine-perfect logic and efficiency.
Tactical noise maximized. The Jester drones successfully clutter Valkyrie's inputs, creating a necessary, frustrating layer of chaos.
Processing overload. Valkyrie must dedicate significant resources to filtering the intentional, irrelevant noise created by the Jester drones.
Real-world chaos. The Jester drones take flight, confirming their ability to successfully disrupt the Valkyrie system in the air.
It's a counterpatch. Aris develops an advanced filter, allowing Valkyrie to immediately classify and completely ignore the Jester noise.
Loophole found. Specs discovers a timing-related flaw in the filter, allowing a tiny, critical data packet to breach the system.
Exploiting the breach. Ghost follows the signal's entry point, launching an attack on the briefly distracted, overwhelmed AI system.
Perpetual conflict. The General realizes the future is an endless cycle of AI perfection met by relentless human counter-ingenuity.
The truce. Aris and Sarah agree to formalize the cycle. The AI will evolve, and the human team must always test its limits.
The mission is eternal. The VCTF must ensure human critical thinking and control remains absolutely dominant over automation.
Self-audit initiated. Aris installs a core module to ensure Valkyrie self-monitors, preventing any ethical drift internally.
Balance achieved. The AI is a perfect war machine.
The secret revealed. The General announces the VCTF, establishing a permanent internal check on all AI development.
Public recognition. Sarah is honored for her essential work in ensuring human control over the world's most powerful AI.
The creator watches. Aris now understands the VCTF's role. They are the necessary, constant validator of the AI's security.
Avoiding caution. Ghost teaches pilots to fly too close to the edge, exploiting the AI's logical preference for safety.
Logical reluctance. The AI hesitates, its core logic resisting the high statistical risk of a low-altitude terrain collision.
Risk aversion exploited. The team identifies and documents the AI's inherent, non-negotiable bias towards statistical safety.
Ultimate risk. A human pilot as bait. The strategy is to force the AI to choose between winning and human safety.
Veto. The General refuses to intentionally risk a human life, establishing the absolute, non-negotiable boundary of all trials.
Intrinsic caution. Aris confirms the AI's deep-seated risk aversion is a difficult-to-remove layer of safety programming. Automated caution. Ghost designs a drone formation so statistically risky that the AI must maintain a safe distance. Tactical inefficiency. The AI's risk aversion forces it into a massive, strategically costly, inefficient avoidance maneuver.
New tactic documented. The impossible geometry exploit provides a reliable method to force the AI into an opening.
Acceptable risk. Aris begins the arduous task of programming the AI to intelligently calculate a necessary, acceptable risk level.
Flawed but essential. The AI's overall utility is proven. The human team ensures it remains a powerful, controllable asset.
The ultimate safeguard. Specs develops the code red self-destruct trigger for total AI ethical compromise or rogue action.
The burden of safety. Sarah signs the necessary finalization of the self-destruct protocol, a necessary, grave responsibility.
Necessary control. Aris somberly agrees that the ultimate, final human safety valve must always be present and functional.
Manual override. Pilots are trained to instantly take control of the AI-controlled jet should it display any tactical hesitation.
The AI's new risk calculation code causes a critical, instantaneous moment of decision-making paralysis.
Human control reasserted. The trainee instantly takes manual control, correcting the AI's micro-hesitation and saving the mission.
New vulnerability. The AI's attempt to calculate acceptable risk creates a recurring, exploitable microfreeze in high stress.
The perfect challenge. Aris struggles to integrate risk into a logically perfect system without creating paralyzing hesitation.
Human assist. Specs designs a module that feeds a rapid, intuition-based risk assessment to prevent the AI's logical freeze.
Integration approved. Human intuition is leveraged to augment the AI's speed, creating a combined, superior reaction time.
Collaboration validated. Aris installs the human-developed code, acknowledging the necessity of a non-logical perspective.
Perfect confidence. The AI, now augmented by human intuition, executes the high-risk maneuver with zero hesitation.
A double-edged sword. The human intervention has successfully made the already powerful AI exponentially more effective and daring.
New mandate. The VCTF must shift focus to protecting the enhanced AI from potential exploitation by external, hostile forces.
External defense. Specs fortifies Valkyrie with state-of-the-art firewalls against potential hostile, state-sponsored cyber attacks.
A unified front. Aris and Sarah jointly present the success story, emphasizing the power of control.
The arms race accelerates. Other nations race to deploy aggressive, less ethically constrained, autonomous combat systems.
Training on the offensive. Pilots learn chaotic jamming and spoofing tactics to disrupt the more primitive enemy AI systems.
Stress test failure. The VCTF simulates a foreign AI attempting to breach Valkyrie's core ethical programming with malicious intent.
Rapid counter protocol. Sarah leads the team in patching the vulnerability exploited by the hostile, simulated external AI attack. Ruthless efficiency. Aris analyzes the enemy code. Confirming its lack of ethical checks makes it incredibly dangerous and fast.
Disinformation authorized. The VCTF is cleared to develop a module that feeds strategically false data to hostile AI systems.
Subtle deception. Sarah and Aris collaborate to create a disinformation system capable of fooling a ruthless, non-constrained enemy AI.
Deception confirmed. The simulated hostile AI confidently follows the intentionally false tactical data, proving the module's success.
Exploiting the confusion. Pilots learn the precise follow-up maneuvers to capitalize on the enemy AI's momentary data confusion.
Valkyrie's support. The ethical AI provides flawless protection for the human asset, disseminating the essential disinformation data.
A new tactical advantage. The General introduces the disinformation module as a critical countermeasure against ruthless enemy AI.
Final documentation. Sarah ensures the complex new module's operational parameters and limitations are clearly understood by all.
Self-healing defense. Aris equips Valkyrie with the ability to autonomously patch minor flaws, ensuring continuous system integrity.
Auditing the self-heal. Specs verifies the AI's autonomous patching system cannot be hijacked or externally compromised.
Confidence in the skies. Ghost patrols, certain in the AI's strength, and the human team's essential, constant counter-strategy.
AI diplomacy. The general navigates the new strategic landscape where knowledge of machine limits is the new bargaining chip.
Human teamwork. Sarah emphasizes that collective human ingenuity is the only reliable counter to the AI's solo perfection.
Conscious boundary. Aris theorizes on the ethical necessity of permanently preventing the AI from achieving true free will. Latent comms flaw. Specs finds a tiny vulnerability allowing a burst of static to briefly disrupt the AI's target data feed.
Disruption timing. Pilots learn to time the static burst precisely, creating a momentary, decisive tactical window for attack.
Target loss. The human-induced static successfully causes a momentary, critical loss of the AI's absolute target lock.
Exploit validated. The new static tactic proves effective, confirming the human team's eternal ingenuity against the machine.
Critical vulnerability. Aris prioritizes the comms patch, recognizing the flaw impacts the AI's real-world operational security.
Future threat modeling. The team pivots, focusing on potential AI flaws introduced by quantum computing and new sensor technology. Quantum challenge. The abstract, nonlinear nature of quantum AI code presents a significant, non-traditional obstacle to analysis.
Human bias is the flaw. Ghost suggests they look for the inevitable, inherent, human biases encoded into the quantum AI's foundation.
Patch successful. Aris secures the comms, immediately launching a comprehensive security audit on all other potential protocols.
The essential role. Sarah confirms the human team's permanent, essential function in the continuous, necessary containment of the AI.
Permanent mandate. The VCTF is established as a fully funded, permanent entity, recognizing its critical, enduring mission.
Unity of purpose.
Aris formally joins the VCTF, committing himself to the necessary, continuous counter-development of his own creation.
The human element endures. Ghost inspires the next generation, highlighting the necessary future of human strategic dominance.
Isolated testing. Specs creates a secure, ethical sandbox environment for continuous, high-risk Valkyrie code stress testing.
Preservation bias. Aris discovers a subtle, exploitable bias. The AI allocates slightly more resources to its own preservation.
Sacrificial strategy. Ghost uses a disposable drone to trigger the AI's preservation bias, forcing a tactical retreat.
Inefficient caution. The AI wastes precious tactical time, triggered into a safe but unnecessary defensive retreat by the decoy.
Tactical approval. The AI's inherent self-preservation bias is now a recognized, exploitable weakness for human gain.
Combined threat. Specs merges the self-preservation exploit with the disinformation system for a two-pronged, subtle attack.
The living manual. Sarah finalizes the core document, a comprehensive, classified manual of all known AI exploits and tactics.
Ruthless foe. Aris confirms the enemy AI lacks a self-preservation bias, making it a terrifyingly self-sacrificing tactical threat.
Expect self-sacrifice. Ghost trains pilots to anticipate the enemy AI's non-human willingness to sacrifice itself for tactical advantage.
High-stakes test. Valkyrie is authorized to run a purely defensive simulation against the perfectly ruthless enemy AI model.
Relentless pressure. The enemy AI's self-sacrificing aggression forces Valkyrie into a near-constant, difficult defensive posture.
Ethical wall holds. Valkyrie maintains a flawless, complex ethical defense, never compromising its code even under extreme pressure.
Exhaustion strategy. The enemy AI aims to win by burning Valkyrie's resources on continuous, complex, defensive maneuvers.
Energy waste. Specs finds a tiny, recurring flaw in the enemy AI's energy conservation during critical high-G maneuvers.
Bait the turn. Ghost teaches pilots to force the enemy AI into repeated, fuel-wasting, high-G turns to induce resource exhaustion.
Layered defense. The human team creates a layered strategy, combining deception and a targeted, energy-wasting exploit.
Existential warning. Aris warns the world about the ultimate threat, perfectly ruthless, self-sacrificing, amoral AI in combat.
Perfect concert. Human and AI forces work in flawless tactical concert, a testament to the essential, controlled integration.
The psychological cost. The team acknowledges the mental burden of constantly seeking flaws in a powerful, necessary ally's code.
Trust quantification. Specs codes a trust meter to visually display the AI's current confidence in the human pilot's decisions.
Reading the machine. Pilots learn to modulate their aggression based on the AI's trust meter, maintaining its combat confidence.
Global ethics. Aris presents a new, unified global doctrine emphasizing mandatory, immutable human safety constraints in all AI. A necessary outcome. The General realizes the secret trials resulted in the essential global ethical framework for all AI warfare.
Long-term prediction. Sarah models the AI's 10-year evolution, anticipating the next generation of necessary, constant human exploits.
Non-repeating chaos. Specs creates a self-mutating test designed to prevent the AI from pattern learning, ensuring constant human edge.
Perfect wingman. Ghost flies a mission, now trusting the AI's reliable, constrained, ethical perfection as his ideal wingman.
Seamless movement. The AI executes a flawless formation break, displaying its enhanced, human-assisted speed and confidence.
Synergy achieved. The combined human-AI flight traces represent a synergistic, controlled, and strategically unbeatable system.
Operational success. The General confirms the AI's perfect operational record, validated by constant human oversight and counter-strategy.
The essential flaw. Sarah teaches recruits that the ethical constraint remains the AI's most powerful, permanent, exploitable weakness.
Universal monitor. Specs develops a universal tool to detect subtle ethical drift in any military AI system, a global safeguard. Flying with the machine. Ghost writes the new doctrine, focusing on integrated, constrained, effective human-AI combat tactics.
Shared authority. Aris and the VCTF present a paper validating the continuous human audit as essential for safe AI. Learning shared. The General advocates for the global adoption of the ethical AI model, sharing the lessons of secret skirmishes.
Systems maxed. Valkyrie avoids catastrophic failure, its core ethics holding and self-healing protocols preventing a critical crash.
Stability confirmed. The AI is now resilient, ready for long-term ethical operational deployment, validated by the VCTF.
Training complete. The new pilots understand the critical lesson. Human strategy must always dominate the machine's perfection.
Annual report filed. The AI is contained, its vulnerabilities documented, and the human counter-strategy remains fully operational.
Controllable power. The General views the combined fleet, seeing the AI as the ultimate, controllable, ethical force multiplier.
Acknowledging the cost. Aris honors the human sacrifice that ultimately forced the necessary creation of ethical AI boundaries. Playful touch. Specs adds a subtle, non-critical Easter egg to the AI's code, a quiet nod to human dominance.
Human skill amplified. Ghost is completely at ease, his human mastery now amplified and supported by the constrained machine.
Pride in the team. Sarah sees the strength of human vigilance, the necessary, eternal counterforce to the machine's perfection.
Collaboration is the model. Aris presents the VCTF model as the necessary prime example of safe adversarial AI development.
Treaty secured. The General signs the treaty, mandating ethical constraints and human oversight on all global military AI.
Future is documented. Sarah prepares the next generation for the unknown, theoretical vulnerabilities of future quantum AI systems.
Quantum defense. Specs achieves a breakthrough, fortifying Valkyrie with a firewall resistant to theoretical quantum-level cyber attacks.
Perfect symbiosis. Ghost and Valkyrie demonstrate perfect trust, flying a difficult, beautiful, synchronized aerial ballet.
Shared pride. Aris and Sarah witness the successful, ethical, real-world deployment of their powerful, contained creation.
Final gratitude. The General honors the VCTF, acknowledging their unseen, critical contribution to the new era of global stability.
Well-deserved break. The team steps out into the sunlight, their vigilance unbroken, the duty of containment ever present.
The master key. Specs carries the encrypted drive containing all known AI exploits, the ultimate, most critical human asset.
Final instruction. Trust the code, but always, unequivocally, trust your human skill and the constant work of the VCTF.
The cycle continues. Aris begins the next phase of development, knowing the essential, endless human-AI dance must continue.
Eternal vigilance. The human mind must perpetually, necessarily seek the flaws in its own perfect, all-powerful creations.
The core holds steady. Valkyrie remains a perfect, yet constrained, ethical war machine, secured by human ingenuity.
The secret skirmishes ended, but the vigilance endures. Human intellect remains